President, welcome back to the Pentagon. It's great to see you at the White House with Prime Minister Kishida and President Biden yesterday. I'm so sorry to hear of yesterday's tragic helicopter crash. We're all thinking of your fallen service members, their families, and their team members. Because, as I've often said, we're more than allies, we're family. Together, our two countries have achieved a great deal since your visit almost a year ago, and our alliance has never been stronger. We've strengthened interoperability between our forces to tackle common challenges. We've expanded our operational coordination on land, at sea, and in the air. And together, we stood up to coercive behavior in the South China Sea. This level of cooperation is critical to our collective security and to peace and prosperity across the region. President Biden again made clear yesterday our commitment to the defense of the Philippines is ironclad. An armed attack on Philippine armed forces, public vessels, or aircraft in the Pacific, including the South China Sea, would invoke U.S. defense commitments under our mutual defense treaty. Both of our countries have invested significant time and resources to address our shared security challenges, and we're going to keep building our partnership. President Biden's new budget request seeks $128 million to execute 36 projects at enhanced defense cooperation agreement sites, and that would more than double the amount that we've invested in 𝐏𝐻𝐁𝐌 infrastructure. All this underscores the strength of our alliance, Mr. President, so I look forward to hearing your views on how we can keep working together more closely than ever, including through cooperation with like-minded partners. President, thanks again for making the trip. It's great to see you, and I know we're going to have a great discussion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary, and thank you for hosting us once again here at the Pentagon, and thank you for your kind words for our fallen servicemen who were involved in the accident yesterday. This visit here to the Pentagon reaffirms once again the strength of the relationship between the United States and the Philippines. In the face of all of the threats and challenges that we have had to face together, the Philippines has always been able to look to the United States for support. And we hope that this trilateral agreement, which we formalized yesterday, will be a formalization of an added multilateral support and structure that will make the safety, the peace, and the stability of the South China Sea a reality and continue to be a reality. We have done much work since the last time we met. We have done much work between our two militaries, between also our two governments, and I hope that we can continue that trend. I view the new agreements and the new partnerships and alliances that we have forged, including the trilateral agreement, not as a response to any particular challenge or threat, but merely a continuing development and evolution of the relationship that we have been fostering over 100 years. And I can only see that our two countries getting closer and working together and in closer coordination so as to be able to provide continuing defense of international law and international rule and the UNCLOS, especially in the differing claims that we are having to deal with in South China Sea. But, thank you once again for this opportunity for us to consult with you and to see what more it is that we can do in the future. Thank you very much, Secretary Austin.
Again, Mr. President, welcome. We're delighted to have you here, and I look forward to a great conversation.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Secretary Manalo, Secretary Teodoro, Advisor Año, wonderful to welcome you here to the State Department. Today's meeting follows the meeting between our presidents yesterday and the historic trilateral meeting with President Marcos, Prime Minister Kishida, and President Biden. And I think today's meeting, an unprecedented 3+3, reflects the growing and deepening cooperation between our countries on a broad array of issues. And of course, our shared commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific, including in the South China Seas. We very much welcome this opportunity to pursue that cooperation, collaboration, and of course we stand with the Philippines in our ironclad defense commitments, including the Mutual Defense Treaty. Ricky, with that, let me welcome you and give you the microphone.
Thank you very much, Tony. Good morning, Secretary Blinken, Secretary Austin, National Security Advisor. Jake Sullivan, great pleasure to be here with my colleagues. As you mentioned, in a way, today's meeting of the 3+3 is also a historic meeting, as it follows on the heels of the even more historic trilateral summit yesterday. I just wanted to mention that we attach a lot of importance to this meeting, especially in the light of recent developments in the South China Sea, especially China's escalation of its harassment, resulting most recently in the injury of 4 Filipino seamen. But more importantly is we are determined to assert our sovereign rights, especially within our exclusive economic zone, and in accordance with the UNCLOS and the arbitral ruling. I think our meeting today will enable us to hopefully be in a better position to coordinate our responses, both diplomatic and on the defense and security fronts in relation to any actions the South China Sea, whether they're positive or negative, including in the Yungan Shoal. So we also hope that this 3+3 meeting will be a regular event and also reinforce our regular bilateral strategic dialogue, as well as our ongoing maritime dialogue. And finally, we do underscore the need to continue further clarificatory discussions on the MDT, as we think this would also help in deterring further escalation by China. Thank you.
Thanks, Tony. Good morning, and it's great to be here with everyone. This is a historic meeting. It's the first time that all 6 of us have gathered to discuss the diplomatic and defense priorities at the heart of our alliance. Under the leadership of President Biden and President Marcos, our alliance is stronger than ever. And today we'll discuss a whole-of-government vision for this alliance. We all know that our shared security relies on strong military bonds, shared economic opportunities, and robust people-to-people ties. And at the Department of Defense, we're working in lockstep with our colleagues at the Department of National Defense to strengthen interoperability between our forces, to expand our operational coordination, and to stand up to coercion in the South China Sea. And our commitment, as Secretary of State said just a couple of seconds ago, our commitment to our mutual defense treaty with the Philippines remains ironclad. And later today, I'll be hosting President Marcos at the Pentagon, and I'll share with you what I'm going to tell him. And that is that the United States and the Philippines are more than allies, we're family. And thanks again, and I look forward to a great discussion.
Secretary.
Thank you, Secretary Blinken and Secretary Austin, our honorable counterparts and colleagues. Following up from what Secretary Austin had already said, it's indeed an honor to represent the Department of National Defense of the Philippines in this historic meeting today. And it will be an opportunity to have a fresh, open, and candid discussion of our department's objectives in line of the broader strategy of a free and open Indo-Pacific, because this is the area where our interests converge. And in doing so, we hope that the family becomes a stronger family with bonds of a shared vision, not only for today, but for the future generations. Thank you very much.
Well, I want to thank my Philippines counterparts for being here. I want to say I'm honored to be at this unprecedented 3+3 meeting, and each of our presidents tasked us to work across our governments and then to work across this alliance to make sure that we not only reaffirm the alliance between the U.S. and the Philippines, but we put the alliance commitments at the heart of it into practice, that we operationalize it, that we execute it, and that we do so entirely in lockstep. So I look forward to the discussion today.
Secretary Blinken, Secretary Austin, NSA Sullivan. First, allow me to thank the United States government for hosting the historic inaugural Trilateral Leaders Summit yesterday. I'm honored for the opportunity to be part of the whole process that began during the inaugural Trilateral National Security Advisors meeting in Tokyo last June. Seizing this momentum, we are now here for another milestone, the first bilateral 3+3 ministers meeting. So thank you also for hosting this occasion, and I look forward to our insightful and fruitful discussions. This will further concretize our deepening security partnership and enduring alliance grounded on shared democratic values and aspirations of our peoples, with activities carefully curated to achieve our collective goals. Thank you and magandang umaga.
Thanks, everyone.